Well, hey, babe. It's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel, honey, and welcome back to yet another review of My Killer Body with K. Michelle. And we also gonna follow this review up with Love During Lockup, girl. Listen, I had a lot of family matters to get in the way, which is why my videos are so late, okay? But I hope that you guys enjoyed them all the same. So let's get right on into My Killer Body, all right? We meet two ladies, okay? And the first lady that we meet is Liana. I think that's how you say her name. That's the first lady in the blue. And then down below is Aisha, I want to say is her name. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. But K. Michelle opens up this show showing us she was speaking on her cutting her shows in half. So she is a performer, she's a singer, very well known, popular singer out there. She also was on a reality show called Love and Hip Hop, but she has since taken a break and now she has this platform, which I think is amazing, right? Well, she kind of opens up the show talking about how she had to cut her performances down to like 30 minutes because of her leg muscles. She was trying to build up her leg muscles because she had the surgery. Y'all know K. Michelle got shots at one point. I believe she was shot up with silicone, so they had to go in and just take it out, and it was little beads and all this stuff, girl. It was a lot going on. She has had multiple surgeries on that bootay. Girl, that right there, there's some crazy mess right there. But anyway, she opened up the show talking about that, how I guess her legs still aren't as strong because of the surgeries and stuff, and she's working on building up her leg muscles. So she can't really stand as long as she used to be able to stand. She says in the past when she would perform, her body would be hurting once she was done. Yeah, because she was carrying around that big old caboose. Okay, girl. It's enough carrying it around when it's real. So I can imagine what it feel like for you when you carrying it around with all this other substance in it. But anyway, girl, it started to affect her legs and stuff. So she had to get a lot of surgery. And now she's having to build her leg muscles back up. And I hate that she has to go through that, right? So we meet Ileana, who happens to be like 43 years old. And what we learned about her is that she ended up getting an upper body lift and a double brachioplasty surgery or whatnot. She speaks on being self-conscious. Basically, when she was a kid, she was very, very self-conscious about her body. Okay, she ended up becoming an overweight person by the time she was like a teenager or an adult. Somewhere in that young adult phase, she became extremely overweight. Right, she decided to do a duodenal, is what they call it. She says where they switch the where they sleeve your stomach. So I guess they close up your stomach and remove 85% of it, is what she said. Okay, so they sleeve your stomach by removing 85% of it. So she only had a small amount of her stomach remaining, which I guess she couldn't eat a whole lot because she only had so big of a stomach. So that's something that helped her lose all that weight. Girl, that sounds painful within itself, but she did it. And she lost about 200 pounds. 200 pounds in weight. Girl, okay, so I can say that the duodenal obviously was something that definitely worked for her. That's a surgery that she had no complications and no issues with, right? So there's that, right? So Ileana says that she had surgery back in December of 2020. Right, that's when she had the tummy tuck, and she also had the brachioplasty done. I think the brachioplasty was when I think she said they do something to your arms or something like that. I think that's when they take off the excess skin or something. But what was so weird to me about her brachioplasty, not the brachioplasty, but when she got the tummy tuck, what did they tuck? What did they tuck? Because she had a flab that was hanging over. All right, she had this big under her breast. She had this big old flab. I don't know if you could see it, child. A big old flab of meat just sitting under her stomach. I said, girl, what the hell kind of tummy tuck is this? Well, I'm tired of seeing tummy tucks, but I hate to see it. I do. When I think about this tummy tuck, I'm thinking about Aisha and how I think she too got a tummy tuck. But my issue with her was the fact that it looked like she still has stretch marks. And when I hear a tummy tuck, I'm thinking that y'all are gonna tuck it so much that you're gonna stretch the skin out to where it's not gonna be any stretch marks on her. But I don't know. Maybe it was just too many for them to handle. But anyway, so we learned that after she had this double brachioplasty, where I guess they took off the skin and stuff, Miss Ileana, and where she also had the tummy tuck, girl, I can't. She ended up going home at 6 p.m., I guess later on that day from having the surgery, and all she felt was the side of her side wet. like from like her shoulder on down, or like it's just wet. Her bed was wet. Girl, she was laying in a pool of blood. She was laying in a pool of her blood. She was bleeding out, and what she saw was that she had a 3 to 4 inch gap. All right, where the blood was leaking out at. And it ended up happening later on again when she ended up getting the surgery, but you could see where she had like the little hole or whatever. And girl, it was just leaking out. And I was like, oh my God, girl, I would have died right there, girl. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm bleeding out. Like, that's terrible, right? But she ended up in the hospital and she almost died, right? I think the surgery center she went to, or wherever she went, those scammers told her to go to the emergency room because obviously it was nothing that they could really do. So she goes to the emergency room and she really had to pray because she was afraid that she was going to leave her daughter behind. Very intelligent young girl, right? So she ended up making it through. She still has to wear compression garments, though. It sucks. She did all this surgery and still has to wear compression garments, all right? She has a flap of skin that's hanging over her stomach, which I told y'all about, underneath her breast. She still has a struggle to raise her left arm. So whatever work they did over here, they did it too tight. So as this arm can go all the way up, this arm can really just go about this high. Oh, I hate it for her, right? I do wish that as I watched this show, I wanted them to be more vocal about where these women are actually going. Don't tell us the city, don't tell us the state. I wish that, I mean, and maybe they can't for legality purposes, but I wish they would tell individuals exactly where these ladies went so that y'all can really help another woman with not returning to that same location ever again, right? I don't know if they could be, you know, as far as K Michelle and Lifetime, they could be under a bit of scrutiny and could possibly get sued themselves. So that's probably why. But I'm like, it don't matter. They probably in jail. They were scammers. They did this process wrong. So no, ma'am, people need to know to never go to them again, period, especially if you ain't in the U.S. All right, girl, because I think when Ileana got her surgery done, I feel like it could have been in Miami. Either she got hers in Miami or the woman from last week got theirs in Miami. But either way, I don't like that. I hate it. I'm like, not y'all getting it done down there in Miami, girl. So K Michelle decides that she's gonna visit Ileana, and K Michelle asked her daughter for some popcorn. I had to highlight this because I thought it was so funny. So she asked her little girl for some popcorn, and K Michelle said, "Oh, I like popcorn, honey. Can I have one?" Do you know that little girl reached in that little container, pulled out one piece of popcorn, and passed it over to her? As I said, "Girl, holler." I said, "That you asked for popcorn." I said, there's one thing about a child. They're going to give you exactly what it is that you asked for, girl. You asked her for a pot. She said, can I have one? And the girl was like, you sure can. And you just going to get one. And then she touched it with her hand. Girl, I holler. Little girl touched it with her hand, but was like, you ain't finna put your hand in my bowl, though. I know you like that, man. You better get this little one I'm finna give you. Girl, I holler. Ooh, Lord, I had to highlight that part, girl. Miss Ileana daughter don't play with the girls. She don't be playing with these ladies. What else we got? Ileana tells K Michelle that she went to a bargain basement. That's where she went. So she didn't really go, I guess, to like a surgery center like the last lady did. Last week's lady went to a surgery center that was in Miami, I believe, and that's where they messed her up. Anyway, Ileana went to a bargain basement surgeon because she was desperate and she didn't want to spend $17,000 on the work. BIT. I would think anybody is going to spend, well, I ain't gonna say anybody, bro. That's why we got Killer Body around, because obviously anybody and everybody ain't doing it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, anybody and everybody ain't thinking about their stuff and their body. Girl, I would expect you to do your research. And if you gotta spend a coin to get that done, spend a coin to get that done. I don't know why she was out there taking a gamble with her body because she didn't want to spend $17K. Girl, well, you should have took your time. You should have said, do y'all have a payment plan? Can y'all shave this arm down and then give me 6 more months and let me stack up the rest, and then y'all shave the other arm down? Girl, if it had to be a 2-year process, that's just what it had to be. But either way, we glad you made it out, girl. What else? Oh, yes. This was another thing I highlighted, right? I just felt like all that work she got done on her body, her arm work, taking off her skin, you know, all of this up under her arm, just all the way down to her armpits, right? All of that, the flap, the tummy tuck. I said these, even with Asia, the young girl, Asia, the girl at the bottom, even with all of this work that they did to y'all bodies, I'm surprised y'all alive. I'm surprised these people did not pass away on the operating table. Girl, ain't no way. I cannot. And you went to a bargain basement surgeon? What you mean bargain basement? Was they in the basement and gave you a bargain? Because that's what I'm thinking when I hear it. But you may mean somebody that was really, really cheap. Girl, okay, so I hate it. K. Michelle speaks with her daughter. Her daughter is so smart. Okay. I really hate that the little girl is as young as she is and she has to, experience this or deal with this, because the first time the little girl said, well, my mommy went through it the first time. I didn't know. But this time, now that I know, I'm going to research this doctor and I'm going to make sure that they're the right person. And then, first of all, how your daughter doing more research than you? That's the first thing I need to know. All right. How is that happening? But anyway, the little girl is just so smart, so intelligent. I was like, look at her. Why she gonna grow up and probably turn around and be a surgeon or a doctor or something herself? Okay, look at little mama. All right, very unfortunate. Okay, so what we learned, Ileana actually goes to see the doctor, and of course he's going to be able to fix that whole flap thing. Like, that's going to be a no-brainer. He's going to be able to take care of that. But he isn't too sure about the arm. That's something that he was concerned about, something he was worried about. But when surgery day came, he actually was able to fix that arm. I said, boy, he did it. He fixed the arm, and she's able to, like, not just raise it here, but to raise it here behind her damn head. And I said, yes, Ileana, okay, got that stomach together, everything, right? Even with her scars, when she went to go and see K. Michelle at a later time, girl, it don't even look like the lady had any markings in comparison to what she had before. So he was able to take all of that, all that excess skin, get it taken off, and it don't look like she had a scar or nothing. I was like, well, he did a great job. I don't know how he did it, but he did a good job with that, right? It was interesting that after the surgery, shortly thereafter, she ended up bleeding in the very same spot she bled in the last time, right? But he said that it was something that's normal. But he also, he ended up fixing it all, okay? I can't remember what he did. I don't know if he, like, stitched her up more in that area, or if he, I know he cleaned her up and patched her up and stuff. He said that it was normal. But all in all, she liked the surgery. Everything is going well. So she's back to having a normal life with her daughter. She's able to actually play tennis and things with her. So she's good. So I'm glad that K. Michelle was able to come through and help her fix all of her other issues, right, that she had going on with her. But girl, let this be a lesson to everybody. Girl, if you getting this type of work done on your body, why is you going the bargain route? No, ma'am. Whew, girl, terrible. And I think last week the lady said she had to put her own IV in her. Had to put the only. Oh, girl, listen, y'all need to help them. And that's exactly what Miss K. Michelle is doing. So let's go ahead and get on to Miss Asia. So Miss Asia, she decided that she was gonna get her a tummy tuck. She got lipo 360 and she got a BBL. That's a whole lot on that table. That's a whole lot at one time on the table, and she was only 29 years of age, okay? She entered the sweepstakes for a tummy tuck and a BBL, right? So she sent the video to the same person that actually ended up doing her mama work. So I understand why she probably thought this was going to be a great person, because this person did her mama work. When they did her mama's body work and stuff like that, she was over there like, oh, my mama looks great, but my mama shouldn't be looking better than me. I'm the young one. Why do I look the older way? So she decided to enter into the sweepstakes, right? She sent in a video. Next thing you know, they reached out to her, told her she was selected. She was the person to win, and she will be going forward to get the surgery done, right? So she wanted this work done because she's a mom of 3 and she was only getting bigger, right? She ended up getting gastric bypass, and she started losing weight at that time, but she still didn't feel right, and she wanted to get more surgery done. I'm like, okay. So that's when that opportunity rolled around for her to enter the sweepstakes. She ended up winning, okay? Now, 5 days after the surgery, she said she started to bleed out. Okay, she felt like they really butchered her. Her stomach was butchered. Her body was just, girl, was a mess. The sad part is that they still had stretch marks on her stomach. And so they all gave this girl a tummy tuck, but her stomach looked like y'all didn't tuck the tummy at all. Like it was terrible. They did nothing for her stomach. She almost died. That's something else that we learned. She almost died because her skin was infected. And she also ripped off her damn belly buttons. Like ripped off the skin on her belly button. I can't. Same way it made me think of last week's girl that was scratching so much, or maybe that was the first week's girl scratching so much on her lower abdomen that the skin started to come off. Like, girl, I just, ooh. Girl, imagine that. Girl, that, ooh. So Asia is actually married. All right. I don't believe that her husband is the father of her children, because she said he helps me with my 3 kids. So I want to believe that they're not married. He sounds like he's from Africa. Okay, he's an African, or maybe he's Jamaican, one of the two. She wanted the surgery after being with him, and he felt like she didn't need it. I'm like, of course you didn't need it, but you know we don't always listen to our men when they say we need or don't need something. You ain't gonna say what to do. If I want, I'm getting some shit. But anyway, she didn't listen. She went to go get what she was gonna get done. She still got the surgery, but it made it very hard on him because while she's sick and she down and out, he's over here having to, you know, show up for her children and be there for her. But oh wow, he terrified and scared because he don't know if something to happen to her. So he's extremely worried. I'm sure his anxiety was through the roof, right? And also they haven't been intimate. So she hasn't been 100% comfortable with her body. Even like in the beginning, of course, she was hurt. You know, they couldn't do anything because he was so busy taking care of her. And then when she got to a place where they could, she just didn't like her body. So they didn't really, you know, get into it. I was doing that like that, right? On top of the fact that she had got a disease, she got a like some type of disease or infection or something like that that she couldn't get rid of, which sucks because they ended up using dirty instruments. And they say when you go overseas and you get this work done and they using dirty instruments or whatever, girl. What is this? And they using dirty instruments or whatever on your body, girl, then you know it can cause for some type of infection, and they have different type of bacteria that a lot of us may not know nothing about over there. And that's what ended up happening to her. She ended up getting contaminated, is what I will say, right? So when she saw K Michelle, because K Michelle came over to see her, she told her about the contest and how she won and stuff. Kay says, ladies, please make sure if you win a contest that is for food or possibly for products or something, don't let it be for your body. Don't that's not a okay. So when Asia ends up meeting the doctor, okay, he says that he was going to be able to create a belly button for her since she scratched the skin all off her belly button. All right, so he was going to be able to do that. And what else? He also said he was going to lift her stomach, but he was concerned about her not being able to heal as expected because I think she may still have that infection or whatever, right? Because it's been so much. He also said that she's had so much damage to her body, and all of this happened just 5 months ago. So it ain't like it's been 2 years or something like that. No, this is all within the same year. She had this surgery, she got infected, she's been sick, skin coming off her body, all this other stuff going on. Fast forward a few months, she ends up meeting this doctor that K Michelle sets her up with. Now he's having to correct the issues of the person months before. Girl, that's a lot. That's a lot on your body at that time too. But I can. All right. So anywho, what we do know is that surgery went well. Now at a later time, we did see where her stitches busted, but he was able to, you know, patch all that stuff back up. Right. She had some stitches that busted, but all in all, it's good, and she was satisfied with how she looked. You know, I don't understand the tummy tuck area still because even when he did the tummy tuck, I still saw stretch marks. So I feel like for me, maybe I have a misunderstanding of what the hell a tummy tuck is. I think it's me. It ain't y'all. It's me. I don't understand what the hell it is. But either way, bro, we glad that everybody is safe. We glad that everybody is good. You know, I am enjoying reviewing this. I hope that you guys are enjoying it as well. I'm enjoying watching it and stuff like that. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts about it down in the comments. All right. So yeah, there's that, girl. Let's go ahead and switch gears. All right. Let's talk about love during lockup. Girl, this show is a fool. This show here is a whole mother. Talk about a fool of a show. This one's it. All right. So let's get into it. First of all, we're going to talk about Max because Max, baby, where Max at? Max, you, baby, you're boring. Okay. You're boring. Max, you're boring. Okay. So Max gets a call from Tara after 17 days. He ain't hear from his Tara girl. Hilarious. He hasn't heard from Tara. Tara just called out the blue. I said, Tara, baby, you're not fooling nobody. We know that you need a coin. That's what you need. You done ran out of money. And that's why you called him. You done ran through the coin within 2 weeks, going on 3. That's what that is, right? Max, you're boring. He still wants to talk to her, even though he done got to know a whole new inmate. So there's that, all right? He still want to get to know her. It is what it is, girl. We don't really care, all right? Now, I realized as I was watching this episode that I must have missed the episode in between my last review and the one I was preparing for. So there's going to be stuff that I'm going to talk about from the previous episode and this one, okay? I'm like, did I miss something? How did I miss it? Like, did 2 of them come on in one night? But anyway, let's get into it. Let's talk about Santiba and Tallacy, because this right here is comical as to me. Do you hear me? And Santiba sent up there looking like a whole fool. And her mama tried to tell her, but she didn't want to listen. Her homegirls tried to tell her, but she didn't want to listen. So Santiba over there waiting on Tallacy to get out next week. But she hasn't heard from Tallacy. And I said, and you ain't finna hear from Tallacy, okay? And when he called her on the last time when she was over there taking that photo shoot or whatever, like that, telling her she ain't got to dry it out, I said, okay, some in the milk ain't clean. It was Tallacy. But anyway, so she tells her girls when she link up with them, like, hey guys, you know, I didn't really tell you, but I'm gonna be moving to Georgia. I'm like, girl, cut it out. One of her friends is very concerned though. And she wants her to like, girl, you need to, you know, be careful. Okay? I want you to plan with your head, not with your JJ. Plan with your head and not with your cootie swab. Get it together, all right? So Santiba over there packing and everything, right? We see her packing it at some point. And she done rented the car. She done did all of this, okay? About to secure the hotel. Miss Girl is ready, okay? She's ready to go and get up with her man. And first of all, let's remember, he told her not to come. So she's choosing to come anyway. Something's confusing. So she's doing all this packing. And what's funny to me, you doing all this packing, putting all this stuff into this suitcase. All this packing, girl, and I ain't seen not damn piece of a toiletry. Yeah, I didn't see no toiletry, girl. I didn't see none of that. I ain't see no body wash. I ain't see no deodorant. I ain't see nothing. Okay, but anyway, so Tallacy gives Santiba a call and lies. Okay, he calls her to tell her that he might not be getting out. I said, if this ain't some bogus, he probably finna get out the very next day. He just needed to buy you some time, okay? So I think Tallacy, so as they're talking, she's like, oh my God, no, because she was getting ready to do her interview or something like that, her confessional. She goes upstairs on the phone with him. She's pressed and oh my God, I can't find it. I want to find it. What do you mean? What have we got to do? Right? And I guess they started talking about SEX and if they're going to pull over on a dirt road and do all this other stuff. And I said, girl, if this going to be your first time with him and it's going to be special, you really want to do it in the car on a dirt road? I guess so, since he got to go over there to the halfway house. Girl, I mean, at least on last season, I can't even think of the man's name. I feel like it started with a D, with the real tall dude and the real short girl. I mean, at least they stopped by a hotel and got it in. And then she went and dropped him off at the halfway house. But I got it. Anyway. So when Tallacy asked her, like, are you looking forward to that? Or something like that, you're looking forward to us getting together, and she was like, yeah, I am. He said, I bet you are. Click. Ain't nobody finna tell me. Ain't nobody finna tell me Tallacy and hang up in this lady's face. That man hung up in her face. Y'all not finna tell me that different. He hung up in her face. Okay? This is what happened. Girl, she gonna stand up there and say, you know what that means? You know what that means? That means that, they're on lockdown. They're on lockdown because it just hung up. Like, it didn't say anything. Like, I didn't even get a warning. Like, it usually tells me that it's going to be like a minute, like, left, but it just hung up. So when that happens, they're on lockdown. No, ma'am, is saying. No, ma'am, is saying. That's not what it is. Okay, he hung up in your face. Yikes. Anyway, but I mean, you could be right, girl. What do I know? I ain't dating no prisoner, so I wasn't on that bad. But anyway, so we see her. She at the store shopping for him, right? So she with her mama at this point. So she says that he told her he loved her after 3 months. I bet, to get them coins. So her mom is confused on her buying him clothes. Like, girl, what is you doing? Like, why is you buying this man clothes? Like, what is that about? Santiba said, her mom said, girl, how much you trying to spend? She said, well, I'm going to spend like $500. I'm going to spend about $500 on him. Her mom is like, you finna do what? And what kind of money is this? Like, where did you get it? Because, girl, you still owe me a coin. So how you over here getting money to be able to pay stuff for him? Let's talk about it. So Santiba's like, Mom, it's whatever. Like, let me call his mom so I can make sure that he's going to like the pants that I got. So she calls Miss Susie. She's like, hi, Miss Susie. It's Santiba. And Miss Susie said, who? Miss Susie don't know you, Santiba. Not for real. Girl, Miss Susie said, this is who? Santiba said, this is Santiba. Hi. Listen. She just went ahead and just ran into the conversation because Miss Susie didn't know what was going on. Okay. She said, I'm here at the store trying to buy Tallacy some things. And the mama said, you doing what? I'm buying Tallacy some clothes and things. The mama is like, well, why is you doing that? What you get him clothes and stuff for, girl? All right. She's like, well, I know that he's going to need some things when he gets out. So I just wanted to be proactive and get him a few items. And then the mama says, well, listen, girl, I hate to break it to you, honey. I hate to tell you, girl, he's out. All right. So I know you was talking about you want to get some things for him when he get out. Baby, he's already out. All right. In addition to him being out, what else did she tell her? He got out and he's with another girl. Okay. I'm so sorry to tell you that, dear heart. I really Okay, but I need you to hear me when I say he has someone else. All right, so Santiba immediately starts crying. Now this is where it gave fake and acting for me. Fake and overacting. When she was like, as soon as the mama said that, she was like, oh my God. Like, it was like she didn't even process it. It was immediate reaction. And I just feel like people, you should process. Like, maybe, I mean, you would have even said, like what Usher said on the phone when he got that call from Chili about being pregnant. Whatever the lady in confessions about being pregnant, he said, you lying. You lying. Like, girl, you ain't even give us none of that. You ain't give us none of the, you lying. I know you playing. Stop playing. None of that. It just immediately went to crying. So if that's the case and this was authentic, that means that you already knew it was another woman in the picture. And she got there before you. So you just already reacted to crying. Like, I can't. Anyway, so there's that. Santiba. Round around the city, round around the city, round around the city, crying, girl, because she feels dumb. I know you do, because everybody has tried to warn her, and she's been out here looking like a box of rocks. Stupid. All right, so she calls her homegirl and tells her what she learned. Okay, girl, I just learned this about Tyler Z. Can you pull up the girls? He's already out. Somebody else has went and got him. Can you come, please? She said, homegirl said, yeah, girl, I'll round up the ladies. I'll round them up. So she rounds up the ladies. Santiba says that he took away all of our future. He took away my future because I had planned to move to Georgia and everything. But girl, did he tell you to move to Georgia? I guess so. I mean, maybe that was a part of the plan, but I don't think so, but whatever. So she tries to find him on Facebook, right? And she said, I can't even find him. Like, I can't. And then her friend said, you think he blocked you? She's like, what? You think he would? You think he would block me? The girl said, yeah. He done blocked you from picking him the hell up from that prison. He got a whole nother woman that done picked him up. He just played you. Yeah, he'll block you. So they went and got the other friend laptop. She up there looking, searching, looking and searching, searching and looking and searching. Okay. She done found it on Facebook. Oh my God, look at that. Oh wow, is that Taliesin? Taliesin and this girl. Wait, let's look at the engaged. Oh my God. So they reached out to the girl. The girl didn't answer the phone, but I feel like the girl gonna end up calling them back. It's gonna be messy. But anyway, so the girls asked her like, what does she want to do? And she was like, before they called the girls, Santiba was like, I just want to move on. Like, F him, F everything he has going on. I just want to really move on. Like, you do you. And they said, what? You do you. You talking about us? We can do what we want to do? Okay, great, girl, because we finna get her a call. So that's just what it was, honey. All right, they get her a call. Like I said, she didn't answer. But either way, Santiba girl, get locked. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Ty in Boston. So Ty over there waiting anxiously for Boston. Now, mind you, she's at the cousin beauty supply store. Girl, she done ran out the store when she saw somebody pulling up like, is that her? Girl, it was a client. She up there all up on the girl like, hi, how are you? What's your name? What's your name? And it's like, ma'am, can you scoop back just a little bit? Scoop back. I don't know you like that. I don't play like that. I don't play like that. Okay? Don't do that, ma'am. Right? So, hilarious. She decided that she was gonna go ahead and head out though. Like Ty was like, bro, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna go about my business, honey. And I'm just gonna have to catch Miss Girl on the flip. Because first of all, this ain't even my territory. So why am I meeting with her on somebody else's territory, giving her enough time to run up on me should she want to? No, I'm gonna pull her on my turn. So I'm gonna leave, tell her that we're gonna link up at another time. Cool. So Ty Boston says that she's been with Heidi for 12 years and Ty is being used for money. Girl, I don't know who lying at this point. I don't know, because Ty could be getting played by both of them. I don't know what's true. So Ty calls Boston and says that she wants to talk to her now, right? And let me say this. I just think it's so funny when we see people's cousins, right? I want to believe that Boston is not with Heidi. But because of the fact that the cousin was the one that hooked them up. But it still be people having ain't shit ass family members, right? I think we be thinking that people are going to be nice or whatever on one live because like, oh, I don't think they family member would do that type. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they ain't got no reason to really, girl, that you still have ain't shit ass people. Like, that's just what it is. So this girl, Boston, could be telling the truth. And the cousin could have knew everything about it. And then now you could hook them up, but then now you don't want to be in the middle of what they got going on. I can't. So I mean, I don't know. It's weird unless Heidi was like, hook me up, telling the cousin hook him up with Ty, and the whole time she probably didn't know the truth of what was really going on with Boston. But I guess, girl, Ty getting played. But anyway, so Ty calls Boston and says that she wants to talk to her now. So Boston said, all right, bet then, girl, we can do that. I'm gonna pull up. Okay, so she pull up, Ty waiting on her. Girl, she waiting on her at the funeral home. She said, girl, okay, she don't know where I work at, but when she pull up and she see this funeral home outside, girl, I hope and pray that she gets scared as hell. Okay. I said, BIT, I'm sure, because I'm scared already and I'm just watching it. Right. So Boston walks up and says, hi, how are you? And then she walking up like they cool. And what's her name? Ty said, oh, hi. She's like, what's on your name, Boston? Yeah. Okay, so it looks like she may have gotten a lick or two in her face or somewhere near it. But after that, everything was coming off as her trying to fight the girl. Y'all, when I tell you this was a damn joke for me, I said, Ty, y'all know each other. This is a scheme. This is a scheme and a scam that Love During Lockup brought to us to come to us with the bullshit, okay? This was their plot and their scheme to come to us with the bullshit. Because the way Ty was running up with all that mouth, I refuse to believe you don't know how to fight. I refuse to believe that you up there like... I was like, what the fuck is we doing? Girl, what the hell is this? I said, you ain't even trying to hit her. So I know y'all about friends or y'all playing. It's like, girl, let's come up with a scheme so we can get on TV, girl. Yeah, we can just act like it, okay? You know what I'm saying? Just act like you with Heidi, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was it. Girl, that fight, like she ain't getting a damn piece of a lick outside of the first one. It looked like she was able to at least hit her in the face or in the mouth or something like that. But after that, nothing else landed. I said, girl, what? If you gonna run up, girl. You was over there getting done up by yourself. But anyway, there's that, girl. Okay, there's that. That's all we got on time. We'll see what's gonna happen on next week's episode. But we got to talk about Indy and Mother Harry. Okay, so Indy obviously stayed in that apartment and made her daughter stay in that apartment too. Because when her brother and her mama came, it looked like they had got there like the next day. And I said, no, y'all didn't let that grandbaby sleep in this terrible ass home. Indy would have slept in there by her damn self. Do you hear me? Period. Okay, so Indy leaves to go visit Harry, right? Or no, I'm sorry, she leaves to go visit Harry's sister. She tells her about talking to her psychic and how her psychic led her to move to Ohio and how she got to take care of this to take care of that and all this. Like, really forcing herself on the family, really forcing herself, okay, really coming in. And I didn't like that. You could tell the sister didn't like it either. The sister was like, bro, I don't know this woman, this is very weird, I don't like psychics like that. And she's coming off as crazy as hell, period. So Indy also tells her, like, girl, you know, we talk about having kids and getting married and stuff. Sister's shocked because she don't see her brother doing none of this stuff, right? Her sister's taken back. Like I said, she knows that Harry ain't taking Indy serious at all. So Indy needs to cut it out. Now, what we did learn is that Indy has daughters. I thought she had just one daughter. When did the daughters come into play? And who is the little girl at the hotel that y'all keep saying is Indy's sister? Is that her sister or is that her daughter? Or did Indy's baby daddy say that his child can't be on this show? Which one is it? Because when she was telling her sister, like, yeah, Harry got my name and my daughter's name tatted on him. She was like, your daughters? So I don't know if she was saying, I took it as like daughters as in multiple, plural, but I feel like she probably, now that I think about it, could have been saying like your daughters and, you know, like possessive, right? But it was coming off as though she has more than one for me. And I said, daughters? So do you have more than one child? And you're like, who is this little girl? Even though y'all saying it's Indy's sister, but she look like she more of your daughter's sister than yours. Who is this little girl that's at the hotel watching folks? But anyway, girl, that's all I got. Let's go. Y'all let me know. Clear it up if I'm getting it wrong. So her mom met with a detective, her mama and her brother. So he detailed the story of the kidnapping situation, the kidnapping and robbing situation that Harry was involved in. Don't matter because Indy don't give a damn about it. She don't care about that. I just felt like, girl, you could have called this man mama, you know, like Indy mama. You could have called this man on the phone before even coming down there to talk to him, because he probably could have told y'all some of this before y'all even got there. Y'all done drove all the way up there to Ohio, and then now you want to consult with somebody and get some details, the exclusive details of what the hell happened and how it played out. Girl, you could have called this man on the phone. Girl, everybody's in on this. But anyway, so they meet with Indy and tell her what they learned about the actual scene. And that's what I said. I said, I hate that her mom got all the way to Ohio to try and tell her the story of what they learned about Harry. Like, why are you waiting until we get all the way here to give us tea? What the fuck? Anyway, so Indy get in the car and she pull off on them hoes, period. So later on, we see where Indy up there packing up the necessities for in a bag for Harry or whatever. Then she lets him know, like, I got us some wedding beans. I got us wedding beans, okay? She says, I want you to be able to wear something while you're in the halfway house so they know. So they know what it is that we into. So he calls and she told him that, yeah, I told y'all about the rings or whatever. So he gives her some details on when he getting out and how he getting out. So we can see where she's headed actually to go see him at the halfway house or when he gets out, right? So I think they went to the prison. They weren't able to see him at the prison. They're headed to the halfway house. And as they're headed to the halfway house, they can't see him because they don't take visitors due to C-19. They don't have visitors and he don't get a day pass to just go out and hang out with people. Like, it's nothing of what she thought. And I hate that she moved so soon before he got out instead of waiting, giving him a month or two to get acquainted back into society or in the halfway house. And then she could have relocated or figured out her life or whatever the case was. Like, she just did everything so impromptu, listening to a psychic. Like, I can't, but okay then. And dragging that little girl along and got this little girl calling this man daddy. Girl, this is terrible. Anyway. Gabby and Chris, girl, y'all, let me just move on. Y'all leave y'all thoughts down below about Indy and Harry because they slick high key stressing me out. Okay, let's get to somebody else stressing me out. Miss Gabby and this Dalton situation, right? No, that's I'm sorry. We're gonna get to her. Not that Gabby, but Hailey and Dalton. We're gonna get to them, but let's talk about Gabby and Chris. So Gabby, she done met up with Chris' brother. She brings up Shannon, which is the ex, and the brother says that he thought his brother stopped talking to her. Now, mind you, she's talking to Chris's brother at this time as they're walking, saying that, you know, like, oh, I want to ask you about the chick Shannon, his ex or whatever like that. The brother is like, oh, I thought he'd been stopped talking to her. And I'm like, girl, again, this is his family member. They got his back before they got yours. They don't even trust you. So you got to know they're not going to keep it all the way 100 with you. And I also noticed that every question she asked the brother did not necessarily give her an answer. He threw it back on her with the question like, well, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Da, 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 blah, 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 da, da, da. You know what I'm saying? And then making sure that she going to be the one to stay down and hang in there and all this extra bullshit. And she couldn't even see through it. I said, no, ma'am. The only answer he did give her was that he only knows that she is the only person that he talks to from what he knows. And I don't like I'm just like, girl, you over here walking with his brother for what his brother gonna always have his back. Period. That family gonna always ride with each other. At this point, you're an outsider. You're an intruder. I can't. So anyway, Gabby headed to meet up with Chris' mama. So she meeting up for the first time. The mama a bit nervous. Gabby nervous. Mama don't really care for her too much. Gabby knows she don't care for her too much. Gabby gets a call from one of his friends in prison talking about how he done left the prison. And that I guess he's gonna probably be going to the feds or something like that. It was kind of confusing. He was being transferred to another jail. And it sounds like he was being transferred to where the feds were. So if he's being transferred to another jail, it sounds like he's going to be in jail. Why is it that she's thinking that he's going to be getting out soon? She still believes that. And I'm just like, that's not what I heard. Maybe I'm confused or something. I don't know. Y'all let me know. So she tells the mama what she heard, and the mom believed that they're going to drop, that he will get dropped off by way of bus. Like if he was really like free, he'll get dropped off by way of bus. He wouldn't be like getting transported or whatever. But Gabby feels like the mama is just blowing up smoke or whatever, because she's still believing that he gonna be released tomorrow. And that's the thing for me. Gabby, you be getting yourself upset because you're a little Mr. Know-it-all. You think you got all the answers. You think that you know, and you don't. And then when you move forward and you see that the mama was right all along, you get that door slammed in your face, and then you want to sit up there and start crying. Girl, you're annoying. So then his mom wanted to go in the morning instead of trying to go that night at the hotel, right? Because the mama, I think she also was trying to wait it out to get more information to see if it's worth the drive, if she should go. She's waiting to hear back from her son as well. So I feel like that's why the mama was like, well, let's just wait. But Miss Girl was like, nah, we're going to go tonight. So she asked the sister, like, would you like to go up there with me? And the mama was like, well, yeah, she'll have to, because I'm sure he'll want to see one of his family members too. Duh. Right? So, of course, the sister rides with her. And, you know, they go off. They have a little chit chat in the hotel, but it is what it is, girl. They don't trust her. That's the moral of the story. So we'll see what's going to happen if he does get out. But let's talk about Miss Hailey and Dalton. Her lawyer requested to see her. So when she stopped by, he lets her know, listen, I have reason to believe that the money you've been giving Dalton, he's been using it on somebody else. So he had an ex-girlfriend that ended up getting locked up, and she didn't have any money. And if she didn't pay some fines or something like that, no, he had an ex-girlfriend that got in some trouble that owed money on fines. And if she did not pay the fines, she was going to be locked up. The fines were like $550. Dalton at one point asked Hailey for that exact amount of money. And the attorney believes that he gave that money over to her. I feel like the attorney knows for a fact Dalton sent that money over to her. I believe she knows he knows for a fact, but I guess he wanted to put out a bit of speculation, right? So he tells her about that. Hailey is pissed off, as she should be. She says that, oh my God, I spent more money on him than I spent on my child. Yeah, cry, BIT. You got $80,000 for an accident and you didn't take any percentage of that money and put it up for your child. What a dummy. So then, and that's exactly what I put in all caps. What a fucking dummy. All right. So, and I'm just like, people tried to tell you, and I love when she went to go ahead and sit down with Dalton's mama, and she had to remind her how much of a dumbass she was. So she go see the mama. Right. And she says that his family have financially cut him off. And she doesn't understand why she's the person being left to have to take care of him and be his sole provider. BIT, ain't nobody asked you to do that. You chose to do that. Ain't nobody asked you to be his sole provider. You stepped in because that's the only thing that you felt that you could offer him at that time. That's why you chose to give and give and give, because you were trying to buy love and buy a relationship from him and show loyalty to a man that's locked up. A man that's locked up can't even show loyalty to himself because of the crimes he committed. God can't. He can't even be loyal to not keep getting back in jail. So good night. What else? Hailey comes to tell her, what I put. Hailey comes to tell her about him taking money from her and giving it to the ex. And the mama was just like, girl, she just up there patiently listening to the BS. Like, girl, I tried to warn you, honey. I tried to tell you what it is, what it ain't, what it's going to be, what's up, not say with me. You should have never did that. Right? So, and then the girl, she said, and then told the girl, I told you not to do this. That's what the mom said. I told you not to do this. I warned you, but you weren't listening. I was so here for his mama, because I'm like, if the mama and the family cut him off financially, why would you think that you need to give him any money? Wouldn't something spark in your brains? What's not clicking, Stephen? Wouldn't something spark in your brain to make you be like, let me get to the bottom of this before I start sending him money? At least have a cap. Like, I'll never send him more than $100. You know what I'm saying? Maybe at a time, if that, I wouldn't send more than $20. Like, that's all. You got to act like you ain't got it, just like he ain't got it. Okay, so I can't, even though you is on the outside, I ain't got it like that. You know what I'm saying? But you wanted to flex and make it seem like you had it like that because you had them $80,000. But $80,000 ain't shit. Because you can run through that shit real quick. Real quick. That ain't Nathaniel. I hate to see it, girl, but that's what she did. But anyway, what else we got? Hailey asked, what was I supposed to do, though? He's my fiance. That's what the mama was telling her when the mama said, you should have listened. You know, like, I told you, I was trying to warn you, you didn't listen. And then Hailey said, well, what was I supposed to do? He's my fiance. And then the mama says, yet again, maybe you should have listened to the advice that everybody was trying to give you. I said, come on. I said, if this ain't the best, nicest way to collect somebody and get them together, because mama was really, really, really nice about it. You know, really, really sweet about how she got her together. And I was so here for it, right? So his mom says, so then Hailey starts crying about giving him more money than she's giving her own child, giving him more money than opening up an account for her own child. And I'm just like, that's what you get, bimbo. That's your fault. So if your child grows up and resents you in any type of fashion or any type of way, that's your fault. And then you gave money to this man without an expectation that he could possibly even pay it back. Okay, without even setting up parameters to make sure he give you all your money back or anything. You just giving. Then you went out and got this house, and you say you got the house for you and your son, but you really didn't. You got that house for Dalton. So when he gets out and he needs to parole somewhere or he needs to do something, you went out and you did it. See, you over here, and it kills me how you was trying to flex so much to this man and show this man that you got it. But when you run out of it, then what you gonna have? You sound so stupid. I don't feel bad for her at all. I don't feel bad for Hailey at all. You get what you get, and you got played. So what else is going on? And then he go over there talking to the damn people, talking about how he get money from other women and stuff. He gets money. Well, he said he gets money in other places. Other women have offered him things. And when they asked him what does he spend the money on and stuff, he said that he didn't want to answer the question. Girl, bye. Girl, that's your fool of a man though. But girl, I don't know what else to tell you, honey, but I will say this. Y'all go ahead and hop down in them comments. Let me know your thoughts about love during lockup. Also, let me know your thoughts about My Killer Body with K. Michelle. Honey, that's all that I got. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.